And hello, welcome to the High Button Podcast. We are back. We are at
Are we recording?
We are recording.
Oh.
We are at episode number 31.
That was my number in hockey for a number of years.
How were you a superstitious guy playing hockey?
Yeah, I was. Goalie, man, you gotta be.
Where was it? Where did your superstition come into play? Was it pregame? Was it during warm-ups? Was it getting dressed?
The whole day of the game. Eat at a certain time, eat this certain thing, nap at a certain time. You get at the rink at a certain time, do the same warm-up, place your gear on in the same order, and the exact same pregame routine. And between whistles, I had a certain routine I would do.
Really? What was your routine?
I would go one corner, one whistle, the other corner, the next whistle. I'd get back to the net, hit both posts with the stick.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so you're...
I guess with
repetition. Repetition.
When it comes to going... Excuse me. When it comes to being at the games really early, how early did you like to be there?
Really early.
Like 2 hours? 2.5 hours?
The earlier the better for me.
Really?
I'd normally get there like an hour and a half. But I loved being there really early.
See, I'm the complete opposite. I just didn't like being there that early. If I was there an hour before, I was fine. I
bet you if I was a forward, I'd be the same way.
Yeah, maybe. It was more of a psychological thing for me. If I'm there longer before the game,
you get antsy?
I think a little bit, but I think too much about the game, and I find when I do that, I'm not a better player. I find when I just don't think about it and I go out and play, that's when I'm better.
See, for me, it was all about being comfortable, and like the longer you're there, the more comfortable you are with.
Really?
With the rink, with.
No, it's not like that with me. I remember there was times where we'd be there 2 hours before. I'd just get all my my pregame workout gear on. I'd go up in the stands by myself with my iPod and watch like an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm like before the game. I didn't want to think about it. I couldn't do it. I started to get in the zone during warm-ups. That's when I was like, okay, you got to get ready to focus. It kind of worked for me. It did work for me.
Worked a little bit.
I put my right gear on first, right shin pad, right
I went
glove.
left first.
I was always a righty.
Yeah.
Right leg in the pant, right peg.
The worst
right
was
leg
when you're doing that, and something doesn't feel right. You're like like something in your skate or an itch or something.
Here's an interesting question: did you like your gear dry or did you like it wet? Because I know goalies you like it loose, so I'm assuming maybe you like it a little bit wetter.
Wet, but not too wet.
Interesting.
Like if we had a practice the day before and I let it air out a little bit, that was perfect.
I was always a big fan of summer hockey, airing your gear outside on the back deck.
Yeah,
I loved it when it got all crispy. It was nice.
It's tough though to move because goalie gear it gets like bulky.
Did you like your Under Armour? Like, did you wear full length, like all the way to the leg and on the arm, or were you a t-shirt guy?
I wore really old school pajamas.
You did wear didn't you wear like Simpsons pajamas or something? Yeah.
And then I wore like one year I had like lime green South Park pajamas. And I wore like really tall socks, tucked them in.
What about for the Max? Did you wear pajamas for the Max?
I think I just had an old ripped up pair. Like there was like it didn't cover anything. It was just like a raggedy old.
That's funny. I hated when gear touched my skin. I got real sensitive skin, so if any gear touched my skin, I'd get a rash. So I could have nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Boston won, right?
Boston did win.
Yeah. Let's get going here.
All right, what do we got?
You mentioned today about people showing you their lives through their phone, as in, like, here's my family.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we're all a victim of this.
I want to make one thing clear. Post your family pictures and your kids, dogs, grandmother on Facebook all you want. I'm fine with that. I don't have to look at it. But don't tap me on the shoulder and say, like, look at my family and swipe through.
It sounds like you have a little bit more of a history with this than I do. Is there anything you want to get off your chest? I think
you're the one who has a history with this.
Well, I think we all have a history with it.
We do all have a history.
I think it's just whether or not it upsets you or if it doesn't upset you.
I pride myself in dealing with things. Even if I don't like it, I'll deal with it and I'm fine. I don't like it, though.
And to be quite honest, there's times where it's like, oh, okay, this guy showed me a picture of him and his wife on a beach in Brazil. That's a cool picture. Like, I don't mind.
What am I supposed to say? Him and his wife in Brazil?
Well, dude, I'm just giving.
What am I supposed to say? Oh, that's a nice kid there. Like,
yeah, I don't mind at all.
Nice kid.
But then it's
not a dog.
It's the third, and then it's the fourth, and it's the fifth, and then it's the sixth picture after that of things that.
How old is he?
And then it just doesn't relate to the certain topic that you bring up. There's tons of topics that people like to bring up that I'm 100% interested in. I have questions for that, but then it leads on to other things relating to their family and their personal life, and I think that's where in social situations I get really pissed off, and then I just have to, I have to do the pretend. Oh wow,
Put it this way: if I'm talking to you, and the conversation starts going a little ways, you should be able to gauge if I'm into looking at pictures of your dog.
Oh, absolutely.
And a lot of people don't. They just say, "Oh, you want to see my dog?"
Well, that's what
I didn't say.
That's what I was going to lead into. There's a lot of people that don't know how to gauge into that.
I want to thank Lisa for the wine.
Yes,
Justin's mom sent them a bottle of wine, and they sent me a bottle of wine. Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks, Mom. 2015, it was a good year.
What is it?
Yours is 2015.
What kind of wine is it? I didn't check.
Oh, I didn't check. I can let me check.
It's in the cupboard.
Cupboard?
Yeah, it's red. You don't put red in the fridge. Rule number 1.
It is. I'm going to let you pronounce that.
Ooh, a Casillero de Diablo. Cabernet Sauvignon from Chile.
Chile. They make the Chileans.
The world's most admired wine brands, 2016.
Might I have a little sip of yours?
Oh, yeah.
Only a big fan of red with steak, or when I just want to get drunk.
You know what I did is my cousin was nice enough to let me stay at her place.
That's not bad. That's actually that's a great bottle of red wine.
Yeah, my cousin was nice enough to let me stay at her place. And when we were drinking one night, and the liquor store was closed, and she had this like liquor cabinet, it was all expensive stuff. I was like, I'm not gonna touch that. But so I Googled a couple bottles of wine she had, and I Googled them, and they came up like $20. So I was like, yeah, she probably won't mind if I drink these. Turns out they're cheap but rare. So they're from local wineries, and I guess I drank 2 very important bottles of wine, and for that I'm sorry.
What's her name again? Veronica. Tommy apologizes. He doesn't mean that. He's a good guy. You know that. Your family. He's going to replace them. He's been talking about it all week. He does feel bad.
I got the wine guy down the street looking into it.
Do you see?
What's his name again?
Todd?
Yeah, Todd.
Yeah, Todd's going to be on it. We got people working on
I got a wineman.
So, Veronica, you can sleep well knowing the guy is on the case, okay?
Bobrovsky, you're off the case.
That is fantastic wine, though.
You want a glass?
Maybe in a bit. Not right now.
Might not be any left in a bit.
I like this. I like the little devil there on the front. It's kind of badass.
Ooh, Diablo.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the people showing the pictures on the phone. People just be a little bit more aware. Just be a little bit more aware. If you have something cool to show it. But then once you lead on to other things that are not cool, just put your phone away. Continue your day.
Yeah. Tuck the phone and continue on.
That's all I have to say about that topic. I'm not mad at it. Just a little. Just put my 2 cents in. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
What else do we got?
We have a fan question.
Edmonton's going to win this game.
Yeah, they are. They're going to win this series. It sucks because I have 4 Sharks in my pool. Or 2 Sharks.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to have a glass of that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I had a hockey pool last night, but I was unable to attend. So I sent a general guideline list to my friend Jordan Dodge. And he actually drafted me a pretty good team. I'm impressed. Because when you just send a list, you assume they're going to give you garbage players. But he followed the rules. He got me some good guys. He got me Kessel, Brent Burns.
Kessel scored today twice, I think. Or no, he had a goal and an assist.
Ooh, see? 3 points for Tom.
Did you put any money for this? For the
pool?
The pool?
$75.
So if you win, what do you get? How much?
I'm not sure how many of us there are. There's like 8 of us. But I don't want to do that math. 75 times 8? I don't know.
I don't know either. I've never got into the whole pool thing. I don't know why. Even with baseball, with other sports, I can't get into it.
I'm not you know what? I don't like them that. This pool's fine because it's not fantasy. You don't get to make your fucking. If you're watching and you do fantasy and you update your lineup every night, fuck you.
Well, that's my problem. I can't.
See, I
can't commit to
this is just
like
you pick the players and at the end of the year, those are your guys.
But my question is, throughout, like, you're allowed to go into the website and you're allowed to update it.
No, not the pool.
Oh, not the one you're in.
No,
okay.
It's done. Your team's done. Your team's made, and that's it.
Okay, well then maybe I could do something like that.
That's the only reason I do it. I'm not logging into Yahoo Sports fantasy shit And maybe I overreacted. I told you guys, fuck you, and that was a little much. You guys are good people.
Tommy apologizes.
It's been a long week.
What are we, day 3 into this?
Day 3. 2 more days.
I'm loving it, though. To be quite honest, I'm learning a lot about myself and about the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I've learned that I can put my anger aside for half an hour a night.
People, don't be afraid to tell us what you want, by the way. Like, we're more than happy to give you what we think you want.
This is delicious.
It is great wine. Thanks again, Mom. But feel free to let us know what you want. We have the power and the capability to give you any sort of entertainment.
Anything.
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 And yeah, don't be afraid to let us know. Give us suggestions. We're all part of the High Button community here. It's not me and Tommy. Tommy and I, excuse me. Yeah, we're going to broaden here in the next couple of months. We're going to hire a couple more staff members. We already talked about Subin.
Subin's joining the team soon.
The Korean connection. But we, we're going to broaden here, and don't be afraid to let us know what you want. That's all. I just wanted to put that in there. So am I a fan of...
No, it's a fan question.
Oh, fan question's coming up right now. Okay.
If you could have 3 things in your fridge, what would they be? This is from Sarah. Thanks, Sarah. Thanks for the question.
Thanks, Sarah.
3 things in the fridge, what would they be?
3 things in the fridge. Well, when I think about this, I think about the food groups and the food groups that you need to survive. So I'm going to have to chuck a fruit in there.
What fruit?
I'm going to have to go with the pineapple.
Whoa.
Love a pineapple.
Lots of sugar.
Lots of sugar, but...
You don't think you get sick of a pineapple?
No, because you can do a lot of things with the pineapple. You can grill it.
Whoa.
You can grill it.
It's still that same pineapple, though.
Yeah, but I just like a pineapple. Do I have pineapple a lot? No, but if I could have it in my fridge at all time, I'd take that offer. So pineapple. For the second one, I'm going to have to go sriracha. I love sriracha. It's a great condiment.
You're picking a condiment?
I'm picking a condiment. I'm going out there on a limb.
Moly.
And last but not least, I'm going to have to go with, I guess, chicken. Yeah, I need my protein.
Chicken,
pineapple, and
sriracha.
And you could probably put the pineapple in with the chicken. Maybe.
Since this was a loosely asked question, can I put a taco in the fridge?
No, you can't put a taco in the fridge.
What if I already made the taco and just put it in the fridge?
You can have a taco.
It says 3 things in the fridge.
It says 3 things? Well, that's a totally different... Well, that's totally different. I'd put
3 ingredients is kind of rough. If I had 3 ingredients, I'll give my 3 ingredients.
Put the 3 ingredients in.
Jackfruit.
What's jackfruit again?
It's a fruit found in Southeast Asia. And I'll tell you why I choose jackfruit. It's a very versatile fruit. When you said you can cook pineapple, the first thing I thought of was jackfruit.
Can you cook? You can cook.
It's supposed to taste like pulled pork when it's cooked.
What? I'd like to try this then.
Yeah.
You know I'm a big fan of the pulled.
The peed pea. The pulled pea.
Okay, so you got jackfruit. What else do you have? That Talbot guy's good, man.
Good goalie. Hell of a goaltender. Hell of a keeper.
You know what we should do for one of these YouTube...
Okay. Mango. Go ahead.
You're going 2 fruits.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to commentate a game and put the camera on us while we're talking to the mics, and in the bottom corner put the actual game.
That could work. Are we good at this? We'll have to practice it.
We'll practice it and then see what happens. I think that would be a fun thing to do. Or like a next big event coming up. Yeah. We can just watch it and commentate. Okay, so you got jackfruit and mango. What else do you have?
This is a tough one. Third one, I'm going to go jackfruit, mango.
You do love your mango.
Mango's...
Tommy's eating a mango once a day.
Mango got me through Nam. I'm gonna go rice.
Yeah, that's a safe bet.
Yeah.
Because that fills you up. Have you ever seen the show Survivor? That's all they eat is rice.
Really?
It makes them survive, yeah. Then again, if you got a fridge...
And then you could put the mango or the jackfruit in the rice.
Could you? Have like a mango sushi roll? Of jackfruit sushi roll? Oh, that's a goal. Ward, the PEI connection.
Warder.
He's a great player.
Yeah.
I liked him more in Washington, but he's doing well in San Jose. He's a great guy. They did a cool documentary on him when he was in Washington. Or no, when he was in Nashville. Really good community guy.
When was he in Nashville? Before Washington, right?
It might have been after Washington. Or yeah, maybe before Washington, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those are your 3. Well done.
Yeah.
What else do we got?
You wanted to talk about art. Now, what did you mean by that?
Well, I just don't understand the whole culture, and I wish I did understand it a little bit more. When I'm looking at these pieces of art going for $2, $3, sometimes even $20 million, I'm just looking at it like, how and why am I not doing this? I don't understand it. I wish I'm starting to do a little bit of research on it. Am I comprehending a lot of these articles? No. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I'll explain what I've been able to gather. I'm not a huge art guy, but I do enjoy some art. Now, the average person will look at a painting and say, does that look like what it's supposed to be? And if it does, they say, yeah, that's a great painting.
But who are these people? Who are these people that get to say that's a great painting?
You're not understanding me. Let me finish. And then, but what good art really is, like, you're asking, why is Basquiat such a, why is he selling for 40 million? It's because it's not about what it is. From what I've gathered, it's what you feel when you look at it. If you look at it and you say, if it's a bunch of nonsense and you're still like, wow, that's really cool, then that means they got something with it.
Okay, so it makes you move. It moves you almost when you look at it.
I guess so.
It twists. Okay, I understand. Yeah, I see that.
If a whole bunch of nonsense can make you go, that's awesome, then you know that's good art.
Cool.
I think
I'd love to do like a little video in an art gallery and just talk about a bunch of art. Even though it's jabbled, it's nothing, it's nonsense. Yeah. I'd still like to try to pretend that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to art. Anyways, I'm thinking about being an artist, a painter,
artiste.
There's too much money in there, not for me to get my slice of the pie. So I'm gonna give it a shot, see what happens. And if it makes people move, it makes people move. If it doesn't make people move, it doesn't make people move. At least I tried. I put all my apples on the table, and the canvas can't be that expensive, and some paint and some brushes. Go to the dollar store and buy that.
You already have all of those. You just borrow them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Fan or no fan time? Oh, Burnsy!
Oh! What a save by Talbot. What patience by Burns, but what a save by Talbot.
Oh my God. That was incredible.
Sorry, folks, but the podcast is going to be like this a lot now.
It's playoff time.
With playoffs, we got to multitask here.
All right. Are you a fan or no fan of small dogs?
No, I'm not a fan of small dogs. If you want a small dog, you might as well get a cat.
I like small dogs.
What's that, sir?
Garbage.
Oh, yeah, it's garbage day. Fuck. No, I don't like small dogs. A dog to me, I've only owned one dog in my life, and it was a bigger dog. It was a lab. And any other dogs that I've, come across, I just like a bigger dog. I like to, if you play around with a bigger dog, it's just, I just like that. Nothing wrong with a smaller dog. If you got a smaller dog, hey, what the hell, go for it. But
so you are a fan of?
I'm not a fan of smaller dogs. No.
For yourself, you wouldn't get a smaller dog.
No, I would not.
But you don't necessarily have a problem with the.
No, I don't have a problem with them, but
so
I'm trying to be a little bit controversial here by saying that I'm not a fan of it. Because I'm technically not a huge fan of it. I don't like them. I don't enjoy them. Well, if there's two dogs in the room and there's one big, one small, I'm gonna go pat the big one first. That's just the way I feel.
I hate the way people look at dogs. Like earlier today, you said those are two nice dogs that walked by.
You didn't like them?
See, that's the thing. It's a fucking dog. It's not a painting. It's not a car.
See, that's where me and you are different when it comes to our personalities.
It's a living creature. Oh, that's a nice one. It's weird to me.
Yeah, that's completely fair.
It's just weird. To me, a dog's a dog.
There's some people out there that treat their dogs better than they treat their children, I think. I was sitting at a bus stop the other day. There was a dog sitting in the passenger seat of a BMW that drove right by me. He's just like living life, having a better life than me.
Smoking a cigar?
I'm sure if he asked his owner for a cigar, he could have got a cigar.
Were they listening to the Future album?
They probably were listening to the Future album, yes. But yeah, the dogs are a huge part of the suburb culture. If you don't have a dog with the family, look at the people upstairs.
The neighborhood I was staying in, there were dogs everywhere.
Yeah, they were great. One thing I also like about a dog, when we were babysitting those dogs, it makes you get outside and exercise a little bit. There's times where I really don't want to go out. But when you got the dog, I know I said I hated it, which I really didn't enjoy it, but it makes you get outside. It makes you active, and I did like that. There was a part of me that enjoyed that, even though I didn't want to go outside.
but like I don't know. I walk every night anyways. So
yeah, you hated.
I prefer to do it without, because they like stop. They like smell the bush and like, do I pee here? Do I pee? It's like
and the poop. You got to.
I just like to walk. I'm a fast walker too.
You are.
So when I have
we're both fast
when
walkers.
I have to stop and wait for this creature to.
And then you got to get the poop, and then you got to pick the poop up and put it in the trash can. And then you got to find a trash can, and then you don't know if the trash can accepts poop or not.
But you put the poop in the trash can anyways,
and then you run away and hope no one's looking at you. And then if someone does end up looking at you, you just say, "Oh, I don't know, it's a new dog." You know, there's tons of excuses that you could use. But that was my dilemma with the dogs, was the poop and the not where the I don't know where the poop goes.
Where does the poop go? Fans, we want you to tell us.
Where does dog poop go?
Where does the poop go?
Just chuck it in the woods.
Because I don't know where it goes.
Big fan of a dog. Am I telling you my parents are getting a dog?
You did.
The Labradoodle.
Labradoodle.
They said,
why would people
I don't know.
call it a
I
lab?
wanted them to get a Bernese Mountain Dog. Have you ever seen one of those dogs?
You love them.
But my mom said that they shed a lot, so that's why they don't want to get it.
Yeah, that's another thing, is dog hair. No amount of companionship is worth that much hair.
No amount of companionship. What do we got next?
The clean shave. I noticed a lot of people are doing the clean shave now. And
So
I wanted to start by saying I haven't clean shaven in probably half a decade.
and you were talking earlier today about how you might give it a shot.
I want to do it in the summer.
What made you
stop?
No, but what made you want to do the clean
Everyone's
shave?
doing it, and
So you want to be
two
like
of my
everyone
friends back
else?
home did it, and I was like, you know what? I want to try it just to see what I look like, because I don't know what I look like anymore.
If you
It's
need,
5 years ago.
If you need shaving cream, I got you. I got a bunch of it. I got like 8 cans back there.
I'd probably just buzz it all the way down first, and then
But yeah, do that. Buzz it down, then shave it.
I might not do it.
Do it. You gotta just do it. Just try it. It's a whole different lifestyle. You walk out of the house, the wind in the morning hits your face. Great feeling.
Yeah.
Key to it, though, is aftershave. Especially the first time.
Yeah.
Since you haven't done it in a while, if you don't put aftershave on there, you're going to have an itchy face all day. I think. I've been shaving my face constantly for the past, I don't know how many years, but I remember when I first started doing it, irritation was through the roof, but then I did the aftershave, and then it kind of helped a little bit.
Okay.
I don't even use the aftershave anymore now, actually, because I do it.
Do you have any?
Aftershave? No. I have cologne.
To buy aftershave? No.
What?
I'm gonna go buy aftershave because I'm gonna shave my face once.
It's true. But what if you like it?
No, I'm not gonna like it.
I'm telling you, man, you got to grow your big beard. It was a better look for you.
See, you're telling me to shave my face, and you're telling me to grow my.
Well, don't listen to what I have to say. If I tell you to jump off a bridge, are you going to do it?
I'd consider it.
I'm a very, very
Persuasive.
I'm a very persuasive individual. I should have been a. What's a
You talked
career?
me to doing this podcast.
What's a career?
Now I'm in past my neck.
What's a career that you could have, and you're persuasive? If you're a good.
Sales?
Oh yeah, I should have been a salesman.
Why aren't you a salesman? Weren't you gonna do that car thing for a while? Sell cars?
Hey, I didn't like that. I didn't
Why not? It's so much money.
selling cars.
You,
I don't know the first thing about a car. You
would-
got a
you would if
wheel.
You sold them.
You got a wheel.
This is
You got
the
4 wheels actually. See, there you go. I didn't even know. You got 4 wheels. You got a wheel to steer it. You got a bumper.
That's a fifth wheel.
You got a bump. There's a 5th wheel in the trunk. You got a trunk. You got a convertible car. You got the bumper. You got the
your
rear.
4-door, got your 2-door.
You got the 4-wheel drive. You got the 2-wheel drive. You got
power steering.
You got the rear view mirror. You got the speakers in the back. Maybe it's something I should look into. Not maybe sales, but not cars. I want to sell this podcast.
Well,
Look-
get out there. Get a suit. Go door to door. Say, do you want to buy the high button?
Here's what I do. I go door to door with a suit. I pull my phone out. Say, hey, look, here's my friend. This is the podcast we do.
Do you want to give us money? By the way, if anybody wants to send us some money, we're accepting email transfers.
Or clothes.
Clothes or money. Food.
Food. Stamps
It's
for
tough
food.
out here. I work full time all week, and every dollar goes back into the podcast. So.
Vancouver is not cheap.
How do you
it's a
think we
beautiful
got
place
this
to live.
wine? This table? These microphones?
We don't own any of this. This is all on layaway.
This Kanye magazine? You think this was free? Get out of Dodge. So the clean shave. Yeah.
Let me know when you're thinking about doing it, because I want to be there. I'll help you.
You'll help me.
Well, you haven't done it in years. I know what I'm doing.
You're not putting a blade.
Tom, I'm gonna be there when you're doing
You
it.
can be
I'm
there.
not gonna do it for you, but I'm gonna give you a little direction. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna
Okay.
put my 2 cents in.
You're
while
gonna
you
hand
do
me
it.
the towel after.
I'll hand you the towel. You know what? We'll do a steam. We'll get a hot.
Steam?
Yeah, you got to steam because you got to lift the hairs, right?
Well, I usually shower first.
But it has to be a hot shower,
Well, yeah.
extremely hot. Tom, trust me, when you're going in for a shave for the first time, in how many years did you say?
I still shave every day.
Yeah, but the clean shave's a totally different ball game.
But
You're going to
it's-
the big leagues.
No, but it's still a razor against my skin, just not this part of my skin. It's just like
Tom, I just worry about you, and I
know.
just want you to have the best possible shave.
Oh, I thought that was a goal. Sorry.
I never thought I'd say this, but I want to go to Edmonton to watch this new arena and this new team.
Oh.
It looks like a great arena. It looks like a great team. It
If
looks
we
like
could
a
go to
great
Edmonton for a weekend and back for less than, if we could do it, go and do everything for less than $1,000, I'd do it. If we could do it for $800, I'll do it.
night. If there's anyone listening from Edmonton,
But I'm not spending good money to go to fucking Edmonton.
No.
Sorry, Edmontonites, but you suck.
clean shave.
You know what pushes my buttons?
What does push your buttons?
When someone's telling you a long story and there's not even an ending, they're just rambling. But the way they're explaining it is they're giving you the impression that this is going somewhere, and it never does.
Well, that kind of leads back to
Yeah,
the phone and the kids and the
I was
show.
gonna bring this in right after, but I figured we'd have a little
Yeah.
intermission in between.
Well, there's a lot of people out there, Tommy, that think that they are humorous.
No, this guy wasn't trying to be humorous.
So he was just trying to tell.
This is a guy stay at work.
He was trying to tell a story with no.
This was a customer who had me in the safety deposit box room.
So what was he trying to get across to you?
I don't know. My boss had to come intervene and say, "Tommy, we need you back out front. Sorry, buddy, but you gotta go."
You had to say that to him, or your
No, my
boss,
boss
said it
did.
to him? What?
Yeah, I was back there for like 20 minutes.
So he's just talking about nothing. How old was he?
He was older, very intelligent guy.
Well, if you're
He's
talking
been through
to,
some shit.
well, you know, older people, they like to,
Yeah,
you know, they like to talk. They like to say hello. They like to ask you questions. They like to tell you about their life.
yeah, and that's fine.
That is fine. That is completely fine. Because when I'm at that age, I'm going to be doing the exact same thing. So I have no problem.
Really, you're
with
doing that? You're
When
doing
I'm
that
older-
guy?
Yeah, man. Man,
here's
I'm
my-
one of those guys that like fears getting old. Like I just don't want to get old.
Here's a question for you. How old do you? At what age do you turn into that guy, or is it gradual?
I don't know. I'd say like 2 years.
Does it
after-
start off when you're like 35? You're like, man, I could have made the NHL.
No. I'll never be that guy. I'll never be the guy that regrets and like, oh, I wish I did this. And no, I'm living life the way I want to live it right now. But when I reach,
This is how you want to live life.
yeah, I'm sipping wine. I'm talking to a good pal. I'm watching a hockey game. Cheers. But no, I'd say when I retire, whenever 60, 55, I'd say 2, maybe 3 years after that.
You
And I get real
give up
bored.
that?
I'm definitely going to be talking to a lot of people, asking them about their lives, trying to give them a little
But this
bit of
wasn't
advice.
about our lives. This was stories about vacation in New York and shit.
Yeah.
And it went on. It started off with gold.
Well, that's cool. I like that. If a conversation
You know
starts off
what?
about gold and New York and vacation, I'm listening. Those are things that interest me.
Yeah, but 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah, 20
I have
minutes.
co-workers out there who are like,
Do you have bricks of gold at your work? Oh, yeah, you're not allowed to say. Blink if that's a yes.
Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee. All right, I've had enough.
You're done?
All right, we'll still chat. We'll chat. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about what you're looking to do when you retire. What's the one hobby you want to pick up when you retire, other than still doing this podcast?
I'm gonna name 5.
5.
Just
Give it to me. I
just
know golf is in there.
Yeah, golf, poker, cigars, reading.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Whiskey, but whiskey tasting. Like I know what's what.
Okay, so 2 questions with what you just said.
Scotch, not whiskey.
Okay, 2 questions still with what you just said. 1, the cigars. Does that mean that you will be spending a lot of time down in Cuba collecting?
Not necessarily.
Okay. And 2, do you see a lot of flower shirts in your retired years?
Oh, I see them in the next 2 years. I might go buy one tomorrow. Why not?
Well, you know what, man? The flower shirt represents just the whole giving up. And there is nothing wrong
Not
with
necessarily.
giving up. You don't think?
No.
If you're wearing a flowered shirt on a Wednesday at